Okay, Shalom. Giving all praise and glory to the Most High power of Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob. He's worthy to be praised for everything. As always, we're going to start off with Colossians 3 and 17. Whatsoever you do in word or deed, do all by Hashem Mashiach Yahushai. Give you thanks to the Most High and the Father by Hashem Mashiach Yahushai. So, I want to continue looking at the Spirit, because it's been moving me to look more into it. So we're going to start with Job, the 7th chapter, and 11th verse. And it says, therefore, I will not restrain my mouth. I will speak in the anguish of my spirit. Hear what he's saying? Therefore, I will not refrain my mouth. I'm not going to be quiet. I'm not going to shut up. I will speak in the anguish of my spirit. You're going to speak in the anguish of his spirit. I will complain in the bitterness of my soul. You see that? That's, dealing with, a life form of your strength, whether it's right or wrong. Coming from you all the way, like he said, he's not going to be quiet. He's going to speak in the anguish of his spirit. He has an attitude. He said, I will complain in the bitterness of my soul. See? These people have attitudes and they operate in the wrong way. Remember, everything is being recorded. So, and Job being vexed, he have his friends coming and talking to him in a way that's vexing him, but he thought he was righteous. Look at Psalms, the 39th chapter, the first verse. Psalms 39 and 1. I said, I will take heed to my ways. See? Paying attention to the way you act. That I sin not with my tongue. Hear that? So, you can sin with your words. Remember, Job said what? Anguish your spirit. See? Anguish of my spirit. I will complain in the bitterness of my soul. I will not refrain my mouth. So it's saying, I said, I will take heed. Psalms 39 and 1. I said, I will take heed to my ways. Got to pay attention to the way you think. Your actions. You always say you got to learn it, you got to live it, and applying it is your actions. That's what I say. I said, I will take heed to my ways, that I sin not with my tongue, with your words that you say. And sin is a transgression of the Most High's law, so some things you can say, first you thought it, you got to think it to say it. You think it and you speak. And it's sin. With my tongue. I will keep my mouth with a bridle. Like a horse bridle. Control it. You can control a horse which way he goes with that bridle. Pull it back, he stop. Turn it to the left. Go to the left, turn to the right, he goes to the right, and so forth. He said you're going to take his mouth, his tongue, his speech with a bridle while the wicked is before me. He said I'm going to be quiet while the wicked is before me. Ain't got nothing to say. I did that lesson on when to be quiet, when to be quiet, when to shut up. He said, I'm gonna keep my mouth with a bridle. Control what I say while the wicked is before me. While you're around the wicked, watch what you say. That's what he's saying. It's a mighty man. King David. Mighty warrior. Jump up to verse 9. What he said? I was dumb. He said, I was dumb. Therefore, everything that you know, you ain't got to expose to everybody. You think David wasn't very, very, very intelligent? But he said, I was dumb. I opened up my mouth. See, it's a time and place. Sometimes you got to be quiet. Don't say nothing. Listen. Listen is an art and responsibility. See, I was dumb. I opened not my mouth because thou didst it. See, we have to be in tune in the spirit, knowing how to control ourselves. And watch what we say, because it's being written in the books. And there could be a repercussion behind it when you look around and Most High insist of spirits on you. Behind your spirit. Go to James 3. Since we talking about this tongue, this mouth. Go to James, the 3rd chapter. And let's start at verse 5. It said, even so, James 3 and 5, it said, even so the tongue is a little member of the body. The tongue, a little member of the body. And boasts great things. Bragging about this, bragging about that. Boasts great things. Behold, how great a matter a little fire kindled. How great a matter a little fire kindled. Because you know that Most High word is like fire. And if you in the wrong spirit, you're going to bring that fire amongst someone, it's going to be a problem. You're going to cause a problem. And the tongue is a fire. Hear that? And the tongue is a fire. A world of iniquity. A world of wickedness. So is the tongue among our members, that it defileth the whole body. Hear that? What you say can defile the whole body and set up on fire the course of nature. Certain things supposed to be happening naturally, and it's set on fire the course of nature because of what you have said. And generally from your thoughts, your speech, there's an action. There's iniquity that comes forth in your action from your speech. And sometimes you're talking to yourself. And then you react to what you're saying to yourself, then that's iniquity. And the Most High breaks it down as such. And the tongue is a fire. You touch fire, you get burned. But them words that you say is like fire. A world of iniquity. Hear that? A world of wickedness. So is the tongue among our members. Talking about the members of our bodies. Many members of our bodies, right? But that tongue, that it defileth the whole body. You hear that? It defileth the whole body. You say something, next thing you know, your whole body defiled. Certain things start happening in your body. Defileth the whole body because of what you said. And set it on fire, the course of nature. Certain things supposed to be happening naturally that's just set on fire. And it is set on fire of hell. Whew. That's serious. Set on fire of hell. That's a serious statement. That bring hell to you. That fire, you know, that's why what's going to be in hell? Y'all hear me say it all the time. That fire that's never quenched, and the worms that never die. That's what he's saying. That fire of hell. For every kind of beast, and of birds, and of serpents, and of things in the sea is tamed, and have been tamed of mankind. You know, everything has been tamed of mankind on this earth. But the tongue, your big mouth, speaking, boasting, and feeling certain ways, can no man tame. That little member in our body, he said, can't nobody tame. No man can tame that tongue. It is an unruly evil, full of deadly poison. Hear that? These are the words that you speak. Full of deadly poison, it says. More people than died, the scripture say more people died for the tongue than the sword. That's saying a lot, right? Therewith bless we the Most High, even the Father. And therewith curse ye we men, which are made after the similitude of the Most High. Out of the same mouth proceeded blessing and cursing. Hear that? Out of the same mouth proceeded blessing and cursing. My brethren, these things ought not so to be. We supposed to be trying to bless and not curse, but hey, out of the same mouth proceeded blessing and cursing. One day you like this, another day you like that. My brethren, these things ought not so to be. Ain't supposed to be like that, he's saying. Does a fountain send forth at the same time sweet water and bitter? Can a fountain send forth sweet water and bitter at the same time? No. He's going to be sweet and going to be bitter. Can a fig tree, my brethren, bear olive berries? You got a fig tree, you going to get olive berries off the fig tree? No. Either a vine, figs, so can no fountain both yield salt water and fresh. See? So that's what he's giving you an idea of what it is that this tongue can do within us. So the smallest member, one of the smallest members of our body, having all that power. Because you cut it off, you can't speak. Can't speak at all. Look at Genesis. Go back to the book of Genesis 45. Genesis, the 45th chapter. This is, we had a famine, and remember Joseph had a dream. He told his dream concerning how his mother and father and brothers would have to come and worship before him. So remember his brothers sold him to the Arabs sold him to the Egyptians. And he became the second in charge under the Pharaoh, our forefather Joseph. Well, you see the Sphinx, a lot of the things you see in Egypt represent Joseph and us ruling Egypt for many centuries, dynasties, like I said, from the 14th to the 18th dynasty. So now, going to Genesis 45, after his brethren had came to Egypt, and he told them, hey, they had to go back get his little brother. So let's look at Genesis 45 and 24. It says, so he sent his brethren away, because just like he told them in the dream, that's what happened. They had to come before him and ask for food before him, but they didn't recognize him. Therefore, you have to look at this. There's no way. Well, let me grab some pictures so we can look at it so you can really see it. You know, a picture worth 1,000 words. This one. I found my book. It's a book. It's an ancient book called From Adam to Daniel. Macmillan, by the Macmillan Company. Let me just look in here right quick and find. Go to the. Well, you can see here. You can see here how we have the fringes on. And they took anybody can say whatever they want to say and believe whatever they want to believe. But you can see here, it's ancient. You see here, we have the fringes on. Let me turn this on. I'm short on the class. You see here, see the fringes? Ancient picture. You see here we have the fringes, and you see the brother right here. You see that it's clearly not an Edomite or any other nation, for that matter. You see the color of him; it's very dark skinned. This is see, they have the fringes. Let's continue and look. Oh yeah, it's a lot of history that we have. Pics. This book is pretty tight. But you see, there's no doubt about it that the people here are people of color. You can see here how they chop the nose off. Got that big nose. Chop the nose off. See that? They chop the nose off. Let me see if I can find some more. A lot of these pictures are in stone. tried to. See, everybody's pretty much done. See, this is a picture of during the time of the judges. It's during the time of the judges. So here we go. Here go the slaves. How do they look? See, they men of color. See that? Picture worth 1,000 words. You can't deny that. See that? In Egypt. So, like I say, we have many books that bring out this information. Here we go. We remember fish that we ate in Egypt. What that look like? What that look like? Can't deny it. We the Israelites. That's way back from 1485 BC. Okay, so letting you know, if you don't know, now you know a little something about what it is that we were dealing with and who the people were. Got to have pictures of us. So you understand there's always been artists. Luke was an artist, a physician and an artist. Go back to Genesis 45 and 24. So he sent his brethren away. Joseph sent his brothers away, and they departed. And he said unto them, see that ye fall not out by the way. Go your way. And they went up out of Egypt and came into the land of Canaan unto Jacob their father. They didn't lie to our forefathers. That's why I say we don't really have too much to be really bragging about from our story. You know, his brothers sold their brother Joseph. They were jealous of him. That envy, jealousy, and pride is a damnable spirit. They were jealous of him. Sold his brother to the Arabs sold him to the Egyptians, and he was raised up in Egypt, right under the Pharaoh. And they went up out of Egypt and came into the land of Canaan unto Jacob their father. They done told their father that lie all this time. Their father cried, because he loved Joseph. He loved Joseph. He had Joseph in his older age. His father was crying, sad, all this time, and told him, saying, Joseph is yet alive. All these years, and told him that he's dead. He's moping. Nobody came and told him, no, he's alive. We just what happened. Conspired to lie to their father, and told him, saying, Joseph is yet alive, and he is governor over all the land of Egypt. You hear that? He is governor over all the land of Egypt. That's why when y'all look at us being in captivity 400 years in Egypt, that's not true. Let me ask you something. Do you think we as the Israelites are mighty now in our captivity? But let's see what it says in Exodus, the 1st chapter, the 7th verse. And the children of Israel were fruitful and increased abundantly and multiplied and waxed exceeding mighty. Not mighty, but exceeding mighty. We not exceeding mighty. But we were exceeding mighty in Egypt. And the land was filled with them. Meaning we had a lot of children. Now there arose up a new king over Egypt, which knew not Joseph, because when you read verse 6, and Joseph died, and all his brethren, and all that generation, right? And there arose a new king over Egypt, which knew not Joseph, and he said unto his people, behold, the people of the children of Israel are more and mightier than we. Hear that? More and mightier than we, because we were ruling Egypt. We were ruling Egypt. So, going back to Genesis 45 and 27. Wait a minute, verse 26. And told him, saying, Joseph is yet alive. All these years and lied to their dad. They come back and say, Joseph is yet alive, and he is governor over all the land of Egypt. And Jacob's heart fainted, for he believed them not. That's like I say, because they done lied to him. He made him a coat of many colors, and they brought the coat back to him and put blood all on it like some animal ate him up, killed him. Wicked Israelites. That's our forefathers. That's where we come from. And they told him all the words of Joseph, which he had said unto them. And when he saw the wagons which Joseph had sent to carry him, the spirit of Jacob, their father, revived. Hear that? His spirit revived. He became alive again. He realized that his son who he loved is alive and not dead. And Israel, who was Jacob, said, it is enough. Joseph, my son, is yet alive. I will go and see him before I die. See? You see how his spirit within him revived. He became alive again. All that time, he was pretty much dead, man. Just thinking, moping, over his son dying, being murdered, really killed, by a wild animal. The lie they told when they actually was jealous of him and sold him into the hands of the Arabs, and the Arabs sold him to the Egyptians. Look at James 2 and 26. James 2:26. For as the body without the spirit is dead, so faith without works is dead also. So you can't say you believe and say you have faith. That's why I say faith without works is dead. Faith without works is dead. Like the body without the spirit is dead. He compared it. He says, this is how it is. Just like you ever seen anybody dead? He say, so faith, you say you believe in the Most High without works, without keeping his laws, statutes, and commandments first and foremost, fearing the Most High, having faith in him, without works is dead also. It's dead also, just like a dead body. If you have no works. Now the spirit represents your character too. Part of who you are. Go to Numbers 14, the 14th chapter. Numbers 14, and we're going to read look at Numbers 14 Let's look at verse 22. Start at verse 22. Numbers 14:22. Because all those men which have seen my glory, all the men that seen his glory and my miracles, which I did in Egypt and in the wilderness, he put 10 plagues on the Egyptians. Nothing happened to us. We seen this and experienced it in the wilderness, miracles, in the glory of the Most High. Hamashiach Yahushua as an angel. And have tempted me now these 10 times. Hear that? Tempted the Most High 10 times. And have not hearkened to my voice. Tempted him and not really listened to his voice. Surely they shall not see the land which I swear unto their fathers, just like it is today. Ain't nothing new under the sun, y'all. Surely they shall not see the land which I swear unto their fathers. Like a lot of people that's living today is not going to see the land that the Most High promised to our forefathers, Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob. Surely they shall not see the land which I swear unto their fathers, neither shall any of them that provoke me see it. You hear that? It's very important. You provoke the Most High, say you're going to see the kingdom. You're not going to see the kingdom. That's why it behooves you to pay attention and learn as much as you can in the spirit of the Most High, that you'll be able to make it to the kingdom. Or else, this is it. He said, look, but my servant Caleb, you said my servant Caleb, Joshua and Caleb, the only ones, the adults. But my servant Caleb, he said ain't nobody else going, no adults going. But my servant Caleb, because he had another spirit, hear that? He had another spirit with him and have followed me fully. You think it's not important? Better think again, y'all. He said, have followed me fully. Him will I bring into the land whereinto he went, and his seed shall possess it. Hear that? His children. So it's very important that we look at, like your spirit is your character, and how he was down with the Most High fully. Straight with him. Not to the right, to the left. He's straight with him. He didn't deviate. Like Joshua. Joshua and Caleb, the only adults that went into the land of Canaan. We took the children that we had in them 40 years in the wilderness, that's who went into the land of Canaan. These are examples. Let me read something to you. Go to Psalms so you know that this is written for our learning. It's written for us. Because they didn't have what we have in these books to be able to look at, to understand what it is that you had the opportunity. That's why this is the last time that we're going into captivity. When we come out of this captivity, you either got a choice to go to the kingdom or burn in the fire, where the worms never die and the fires never quench. That's life or death. That's it. Ain't no keep coming back, no. This is it. Psalms 102:18. He said, this shall be written, this whole Bible, for the generation to come. And the people that's going to come in the future, which shall be created, shall praise the Most High. That's why we always praise the Most High. You praise the Most High for everything. If you're smart, you're ignorant, you're going to think, oh, you could take it on yourself if you want to. Remember Moses? He said he didn't speak to Moses in no dreams or no visions. He spoke to Moses mouth to mouth. Right there. Dealing with Moses. Straight with the angel. Straight with Hamashiach Yahushua as the angel of the Most High. He ain't have no dreams and visions. Angel was dealing directly with him. You read Exodus 3 and 2. Angel of the Most High, Spirit of the Most High, dealing directly with it, Moses. Mouth to mouth. And Moses did not give the Most High the glory when he said, speak to the rock. And he's going to bring his water out. Mashab told him, he's going to bring his water out. The Most High water out. But Moses, the children of Israel got on this nerve, like allow somebody to get on your nerve. And next thing you know, you're going to hell. But what you done? Just like, look, I can't make it no clearer. Moses was able to see the promised land, but he couldn't go in because he didn't get the Most High the credit. He said, speak to the rock, he gonna bring his water out. Most High water out. Moses let the children get on his nerves. Said, how long must we suffer you? Must we bring this water forth? And he hit the rock twice. Boom, boom. When he's supposed to speak to the rock, he hit the rock. Children of Israel say, hey, Moses brought the water forth. When the Most High get all the glory for everything. Praise the Most High. Who's praising the Most High? He didn't make it to the promised land. Now you think you're as deeply involved with the Most High as Moses? In these wretched mortal bodies we in? That's why I said it's going to be the same way going to the kingdom. He said it's going to be few that make it. Many going to perish, but few going to make it. So the righteous scarcely going to be saved. But you see, it's written, all this is written for our learning. For us today. Because they didn't have revelations. You know, the prophets didn't have the New Testament. They didn't have the brothers that came in with a Mashiach Yahushai. And none of them had revelations. None of them. We have a book that none of them had. Romans 15 and 4. Whatsoever things were written aforetime, whatever was written before time, were written for our learning. Yeah, that was written for our learning. That's all they had was the Old Testament, the law and the prophets. Anyone that walked the New Testament during that time, period. For whatsoever things were written aforetime were written for our learning, that we through patience deal with time, patience, and comfort of the scriptures might have hope, might have faith. We just read faith without works is dead. You might have hope. If you following what it is you're supposed to be following to the best of your ability, go to the book of Deuteronomy, the 2nd chapter. Deuteronomy, the 2nd chapter. Look at verse 29. It said, as the children of Esau which dwell in Seir, you know, that was Mountain Seir. Esau dwelt in the mountains called Seir, Mount Seir. That's Mountain Seir. And the Moabites which dwell in Ar did unto me, until I shall pass over Jordan into the land which the Most High our power giveth us. We was going to our land of Canaan. But Sihon, king of Heshbon, would not let us pass by him. He stopped us. For the Most High thy power hardened his spirit, hardened himself within him, his spirit within him, and made his heart abstinent, that he might deliver him into thy hand, as appeareth this day. And the Most High said unto me, behold, I have begun to give Sihon and his land before thee. Begin to possess, that thou mayest inherit his land. See, the Most High made his heart, which is his spirit, which is his. Sometimes, most of the time, it's talking about the way your mind, the way you think, come from your spirit. Your spirit brings forth thought. And then Most High hardened his spirit. You see? It made his heart, made his mind abstinent, that he might deliver him into thy hand, as appeareth this day. And the Most High said unto me, verse 31, behold, I have begun to give Sihon and his land before thee. Begin to possess, that thou mayest inherit his land. And Sihon came out against us, Israelites, he and all his people, to fight at Jahaz. And the Most High, our power of Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob, delivered him before us. And we smote him, we killed him, and his sons, and all his people. And we took all his cities at that time, and utterly destroyed the men, and the women, and the little ones, the children, of every city. We left none to remain. Are y'all ready for this? They went into cities at that time and utterly destroyed the men and the women and the little ones, the children, on every city. Of every city, we left none to remain. Only the cattle we took for a prey unto ourselves, and the spoil of the cities which we took. Okay? So, this is how we got the land. But you see how the Most High dealt with his spirit so that he could bring them down to give us the land? Go to 1 Peter, the 3rd chapter. 1 Peter, the 3rd chapter. Because the Most High, he really, you see how he killed the men, the women, and the children. So that's how the Most High felt about these nations. First Peter 3:1. Likewise, ye wives, be in subjection to your own husbands. So wives will be in subjection to their own husbands. That's part of the law when you read Genesis 3:16. That if any obey not the word, they also may, without the word, be won by the conversation of the wives. They have a spiritual conversation, while they behold your chaste conversation coupled with fear. It's things you saying to make them be afraid, like hellfire preaching before. You know what I mean? Like you speak of things that you know that I have said, it's gonna touch them. Whose adorning, let it be not of that outward adorning of plaiting the hair or braiding the hair, and of wearing of gold or of putting on of apparel, costly apparel, it says in other scriptures, but let it be the hidden man of the heart, hidden man of the mind, in that which is not corruptible, meaning you keeping the law, statutes, commandments of the Most High. Otherwise, you're corruptible. Even the ornament of a meek and quiet spirit. You know, a meek and quiet spirit. Meek means you humble in a quiet spirit. Know how to, like I said, be quiet. Which is in the sight of the Most High of great price.